Cho Katsu 2, pre, pro, and postbiotics, the gut health trinity. That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of Live Wiser, Not Smarter. Have you heard the news about Shogun winning an Emmy Award? That's incredible, isn't it? Now, I have shared with you about Shogun in this channel before. This is not a drama channel or Japanese history channel or anything. It's a health and longevity channel. But I shared with you a video about this because, Ieyasu Tokugawa, who is the model of the main character, Yoshii Toranaga, who was played by Hiroyuki Sanada. So Ieyasu Tokugawa is a historical figure, and he was known for kind of biohacker, really. He was a health nut. He was into all kind of health methods, and he lived quite long for the people of that era. So I shared a bunch of videos about the longevity secret of Ieyasu Tokugawa. I'll put the links in the description box, so if you're interested, please watch it. As I said, this is a health and longevity channel, and usually we cover things like diet, exercise, mindset, and sometimes we cover Japanese blue zones because we have several blue zones other than Okinawa in Japan. And I often talk about Japanese health traditions, like our traditional health method and the current method, because there are a lot of new health trend in Japan. For example, I covered about Japanese sauna culture. Now, Totono is a special things we do in sauna, and that is very big in Japan at the moment. So generally speaking, this is a health and longevity channel, and it's about how to increase your health span, especially for people over 50 or 60. So if you're interested, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Now, in the last video, I shared with you about Cho Katsu. The actual title is Cho Katsu Gut Workout, the hottest new health trend from Japan. So what is Cho Katsu? Cho Katsu is activity for the gut or gut workout, or you can even say gut hack. So things you do to improve your gut health, to improve your gut microbiota. That's where this gut health trinity comes in. Prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. Now, you have heard of them before, but it is confusing, isn't it? Because it all sounds similar, pre, pro, post. What are the differences among the three? I was confused for a long time, and I watched many videos on this topic, but none of the videos really explain the differences among the three. I mean, some of them they explain differences between prebiotics and probiotics, but for the postbiotics, there are a few videos explaining it. So please stay tuned because I will make it clear for the first time today. If you watch this video until the end, you'll understand the overview of prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics, how different they are, and how you can utilize each process for your gut health. Prebiotics are the feed to beneficial bacteria in the gut, and often fiber, especially fermentable fiber, or you can say soluble fiber, and oligosaccharides. Those are the common feed to beneficial bacteria in your gut. Therefore, they are called prebiotics. And what about probiotics then? Probiotics are not those feed. They are the bacteria themselves. They're the beneficial bacteria themselves, such as lactic acid bacteria, bifidobacteria, Natto bacteria, and butyrate-producing bacteria. They are often found in fermented food or supplement. You can find a lot of probiotic supplements these days. Then what about postbiotics then? That's something I didn't talk about in the last video. So postbiotics are short-chain fatty acids that are produced by these probiotics. So these are acetic acid, or it is also called acetate, propionic acid, or it is also called propionate, butyric acid, or it is also called butyrate. So I showed you this chart before. Here we have acetate, propionate, and butyrate. So these are the short-chain fatty acid. So acetate, what does it do? Primary energy source, main fuel for colonocytes and other body tissues. Appetite regulation, promotes satiety and may aid in weight management. Cholesterol lowering, potential to reduce cholesterol levels. And propionate, glucose production, plays a role in the liver's production of glucose. Cholesterol lowering, potential to reduce cholesterol levels. Appetite regulation may contribute to appetite control. And butyrate. Now, butyrate is often considered to be the most important one among the three, and this is a short-chain fatty acid produced by butyrate-producing bacteria. And you had me talk about butyrate-producing bacteria before, right? This bacteria is called longevity bacteria in Japan because it was discovered abundant in the gut of the centenarians in Kyotango region. And Kyotango has 3 times as many centenarians as the national average. It is a longevity hotspot. Since then, butyrate-producing bacteria is considered to be longevity bacteria. And butyrate is the one that is produced by butyrate-producing bacteria. So it is immune system balancer. Butyrate helps train your immune system to recognize friend from foe, preventing it from overreacting and causing allergies or inflammation. Cancer fighter. Butyrate can trigger the self-destruction of potentially cancerous cells in your gut, helping to prevent colon cancer. Gut soother. Butyrate has anti-inflammatory properties that calm down an irritated gut and help keep it healthy. Energy booster. Butyrate isn't just for your gut, it travels throughout your body, providing energy and helping regulate your metabolism and immune system. Okay, so how to utilize prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics for your gut health. So then this bacterial relay comes in. By the way, this is from the book called The Amazing World of the Gut, discovered through research on 9,000 people. It was written by Dr. Jun Kunisawa, Deputy Director General at National Institute of Biomedical Innovation, Health and Nutrition, Director of Health and Medical Microbiome Research Center. So in this bacterial relay, there are 3 runners, the first runner, the second runner, and the third runner. The first runner is saccharifying bacteria. Natto bacteria is a well-known saccharifying bacteria. And the second runners are lactic acid bacteria and bifidobacteria. And the third runner are propionic acid bacteria and butyrate-producing bacteria. So in this relay, first you need prebiotics, which are fiber, soluble fiber, and oligosaccharides. And usually you think lactic acid bacteria and bifidobacteria can eat them, but they are not actually good at breaking them down. I mean, they can, but they're not really good at. But saccharifying bacteria break them down into sugar, which makes much easier for the lactic acid bacteria and bifidobacteria to consume. So using this sugar, lactic acid bacteria produce lactic acid and bifidobacteria produce acetate. And then using lactic acid, which was produced by lactic acid bacteria, propionic acid bacteria produce propionate. And using acetate that bifidobacteria produced, butyrate producing bacteria produce butyrate. Therefore, to produce short-chain fatty acid, you need many different parties' role in this relay. First, you need prebiotics. Then second, you need the first runner, which is a saccharifying bacteria, in this case, Natto bacteria. And then you need a second runner. For the case of acetate and butyrate, you need bifidobacteria, which can produce acetate. And then you need butyrate producing bacteria to produce butyrate. But for the case of propionate, you need lactic acid bacteria and then propionic acid bacteria to produce it. Therefore, all different components are critical in your gut health. Therefore, prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics are all related. Now, how do we get prebiotics then? So food with highly fermentable fiber are things like oats, barley, whole wheat, brown rice, so lots of grain, and soybeans, soy milk, chickpeas, peas, a lot of beans, and some vegetables such as burdock, onion, Jerusalem antioch, carrots, broccoli, and so on. And how about oligosaccharides? Oligosaccharides are often found in onions, bananas, and beans. Now, do they sound familiar? They sound like mago wa yasashii koku, don't they? Now, what are mago wa yasashii koku? They are beans, nuts and seeds, seaweeds, vegetables, fish, mushrooms, tubers, whole grains, and fruit. So this is the kind of ingredient that I recommend in the Ikigai diet. Now, apart from fish, they all contain fiber. Some of them contain soluble fiber, others contain insoluble fiber, but it doesn't really matter because insoluble fiber have their own function, so you need them too. So just regardless of whether it's soluble or insoluble, just eat as many different kinds of magoya sashikoku, then you should have plenty of both soluble and insoluble fiber in your diet. How about fish? Fish doesn't contain fiber, but it's a great source of omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acids are also great for the gut health. So the idea is to eat a wide variety of magoa yasashi koku because there are so many different bacteria in the gut. So I said lactic acid bacteria, bifidobacteria, but there are probably more we just are not aware of. And then each bacteria is fed by different kind of fiber. Therefore, diversity is the key. If you eat all kinds of magoa yasashi koku, then you are more likely to feed different types of bacteria in your gut, different types of beneficial bacteria in your gut, so that you have a healthy gut microbiome. Now, so what about probiotics then? How do we get probiotics? For the lactic acid bacteria, it's very easy because many of the fermented food that you're familiar with contain them, such as kimchi, sauerkraut. Most fermented vegetables contain lactic acid bacteria, and yogurt, cheese, kefir, and kombucha. So it's not difficult to find lactic acid bacteria. And natto bacteria, natto is probably the only thing that you can get natto bacteria from, unless you find some other fermented food which are fermented by Bacillus subtilis, the official name of natto bacteria. But usually natto. But natto is not difficult to get hold of. I mean, for certain regions, maybe it is, but it is easy to make. In fact, it is the easiest fermented food that you can make. And you can find Bacillus subtilis from the natural kingdom too. So it is, in my opinion, the most accessible, lactic acid bacteria too, but most accessible bacteria. So it's not difficult to make natto. And I have tons of video showing how to make natto at home using a wild plant. So yeah, please watch those videos too if you're interested. And bifidobacteria. So this is slightly more difficult than lactic acid bacteria. So yogurt usually contain them, but not all yogurt contain them. You need to look at the label, say it contains bifidobacteria or not. And some kefir contain bifidobacteria, but again, you need to check the labels. But you can always get bifidobacteria from supplement. And butyrate-producing bacteria, again, it is quite difficult to get hold of it outside. Only food which is considered to contain butyrate-producing bacteria is nukazuke, which means rice bran pickle. So nuka is rice bran, and you put vegetable in nukadoko and then ferment them. That is called nukazuke, and that's the only food. You may be able to get hold of nukazuke in other countries too. I'll make a video about nukazuke some other time. Or you can always get butyrate-producing bacteria from supplement. Therefore, eat natto, kimchi, and yogurt with bifidobacteria, and then you are set for the first runner and the second runner. And if you can eat nukazuke, then you can get butyrate-producing bacteria too, or from supplement. By the way, do we need probiotics? Because prebiotics feed probiotics. By having a lot of fiber and oligosaccharide, they should feed some of the beneficial bacteria and increase the amount. That means you don't need to add probiotics from outside. So this is a rather complicated question. The answer is it depends on who you are, and it depends on which probiotics you're talking about. So I will talk about it in the next video. And for details about this bacterial relay, please read chapter 3, The Ideal Diet to Increase Health Span, in my book, Live Wiser, Not Smarter. And the book covers many things about diet, fasting, exercise, heat and cold exposure, sleep, and brain. This is a comprehensive book on how to increase your health span. So please read it. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya, the author of Live Wiser, Not Smarter. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. How do you utilize prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics in your case? Thank you. Well, I will see you in the next video. Live with your ikigai!